with Art Classes for Kids, and today I'm joined with Ella. And Ella, how old are you? 10 years old, and Ella's going to be joining me to teach you one of our drawings in our series that we call I Can Draw That. And these are pretty simple drawings that don't take much time and also don't require many materials. So all you're going to need today for supplies are going to be Sharpie, white paper, just copy your paper will do fine, and
Colored pencils.
If you don't have any colored pencils, you can use crayons or markers at home, but we love to use the colored pencils. So today's project is inspired by a holiday that happens this week. I'm not sure if you celebrate it, but we call it in America the Day of the Dead. But in Mexico, they call it
Dia de los Muertos.
Yes, because it is a Mexican holiday. And in this Mexican holiday, one of the symbols that you see reoccurring over and over in decorations and in movies and themes and everything is the skull. So rather than a Halloween skull like we have in America where it's just a white skull, this skull is decorated with a different, it's colorful, it's got flowers, hearts, crosses, swirls, and color. Okay, we're going to teach you all about that, but I want to know a little bit about this holiday. And since you're Mexican, your mom is from Mexico, right? Where's she from?
Mexico City.
Yes, and do you visit there very much?
Like every summer, I would say, and sometimes in the winter, like winter breaks.
Yeah, and tell me, how do they celebrate this holiday in Mexico?
Sometimes we have this big festival and carnival that's all about Day of the Dead, and we have this bread. It's called pan de muerto. It's really good. It's a nice sugary bread that you eat only on Day of the Dead.
Ooh, and what does this holiday symbolize, and why are there skeletons?
It symbolizes your loved ones that are now dead, and it's like related to skeletons because when you die, you kind of turn into a skeleton.
And so how do you celebrate the memory of these loved ones? They're your relatives?
Yes.
Yeah, and so it's just a day of remembrance in a way.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, well, do you guys want to, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready to learn how to draw this skull?
Yeah.
Let's get started. Okay, what you're going to need is the Sharpie first. So the first step is drawing in the top half of your white paper a rainbow curve as big as you can fit. Nice. Now at the bottom of each side of the curve, and we're going to start with our left, I want you to connect the letter C. Okay, and then on the right side, up backwards C. Now, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but everything is symmetrical. That means everything on the left mirrors everything onto the right.
Like your hands.
Yeah, exactly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that C and bring it into the face a little more. Just a little bit. And now we're going to take that line and drop it down and inward. Down and inward. And connect it with a not perfectly straight line, a little bit of a curve to it. And connect it. That is the top half of your skull. Next, what we're going to do is draw the mouth. So the mouth of the skull, we're going to take it, angle it in and down a little bit, and in and down. Make sure it's wide enough for 2 rows of teeth. This angle with the bottom that we connect with a slight curve reminds me of the bottom of a cupcake.
A nice cupcake.
There you go. And then we're going to divide the top row from the bottom row of teeth with 1 line. And continue that curve. Now we need to do the lines. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if we're going too fast for you, but if we are, you can always pause your video and catch up with this and go your own pace until you're caught up. Okay, so let's get back to these teeth. So now we're going to divide the teeth up with these vertical lines and start in the middle. So it's symmetrical. Then go off to the side. I'm going to add 3 more lines to the side of the center and 3 more lines to the side of the left side of the center. Okay, nice. Ella, I love yours. So now we're going to make the gums. That's like, you know, what your teeth go into. Even though they're skeletons and they don't have any gums, the top of the teeth is gonna look like a curve. So you're gonna put a rainbow curve at the top edge of each one of those spaces in the mouth.
Curve,
Then you're going to
curve,
go to the
curve.
bottom and add a smile curve, and it's got to touch that bottom line every time. They also could look like waves, I guess, if you want. Okay, and next we're going to draw the side of the jaw. So now we're going to start at the bottom of where we drew that C before and angle it down and stop when you get just below the teeth.
Angle
Go to the
down.
other side, angle it down until you get just below the teeth. Now we're going to connect that,
Connect.
those two sides, with a smile curve. Now one tip I have for you, when you're drawing with the marker, make sure you do fluid lines and you don't make a bunch of broken lines to get from one point to another, because it'll look a lot neater at the end. Okay, let's do the nose now.
Okay.
The nose. Okay, remember those two little puffy kind of cheek looking things? Take your finger and find the center halfway between each side, and then put a dot above and below that finger.
2 fingers below.
Okay? Now that is going to turn into your nose, and it is going to look like an upside down heart. Here's how we make it. You're going to make it look like the top of an A, or the sides of an A, and then you're going to continue the sides of the A until they smile curve and loop back up to that dot. Smile curve and loop back up to the dot. Then you've got your heart. It could be a big heart, small heart, wide heart, whatever. And next, we're ready for the eyes. So the eyes are going to be 2 circles or 2 ovals. It's up to you. I'm going to go with circles. Wherever I put that, I have to make sure that same size is on the other side of the face, and it's the same shape and same size. Pretty close.
Circles.
And next, what we're going to do is we're going to double it, because we're going to go a little more decorative.
Double it.
So we've got the skull. Now it's time to decorate the skull. So some of the things that we'll see a lot will be like flowers. So I'm going to put a flower on my forehead. You can put a heart, a flower, a cross, or something on the forehead. So I'm going to put a flower. I'm going to put like a rose. So I'm going to make a kind of a funky wavy spiral, and then I'm going to go like and add some petals to it. And then I'm going to add a few leaves.
Leaves.
So whatever I do on one side, I've got to do something like it on the other side. Oh, you're doing more of a daisy type flower. I love it. Okay.
Looking good.
Awesome, awesome. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to decorate the eyes. So inside my eyes, I think I might put some daisies inside of my eyes. So I'm going to put 2 circles. You're going to go for hearts? Okay. I'm going to go and put however many petals I put on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got to do the same thing on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I'm going to decorate these little cheeky things. So this one I'm going to put a side flower. I'm going to go like, and I'm going to do the same thing to this. It doesn't have to be this. It can be anything you like, as long as it's symmetrical. Nice. Okay, next I'm going to put a mustache on mine. I'm going to swirl, whatever I do on one side, I'm doing on the other. So I start with 2 curves, then I curve down, and I curve down. Then I'm going to thicken it up by doubling it. You don't have to have a mustache, but it's an option. If you don't want a mustache there, you can just put swirls or flowers or dots. So pick something for there. Okay, you're gonna do dots. I would give them something that you can color in. So go ahead and make them an open dot. There you go.
Dots.
So I'm gonna add a few dots above mine. Okay, now I'm going to add some points around my skulls, like this, some zigzags. Looks kind of like a sun. I'm gonna do that on both. So somehow decorate around those eye sockets.
Decoration.
Now, Ella, while you're coloring that, I was just wondering, did you ever have one of those altars or shrine areas for the holiday of Day of the Dead? Because I've heard that a lot of people have those in their homes.
I do, because we honor the people in our family that are dead. They're called ofrendas.
Okay.
And you put your loved one's picture and like their favorite drink or food, and then
And you leave it out the days of the holiday?
November 1st and 2nd.
Ooh, awesome. And so I also see candles like at the stores that they sell.
Yes.
So do you put candles on the altar?
Yes, candles make it light at night, so like they could find their way to your ofrenda. And sometimes to make it pretty, you put like marigold flowers.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Maybe that's kind of like a marigold instead of a rose. I don't know. Anyways, so now let's add a few more decorations. So next we're going to add something down on the chin. What could it be? I'm gonna have like a little point, and then I'm going to put some swirls.
Swirls.
And a point and a swirl. Okay, and then I'm going to add a few swirls to any spaces I still have left. So far it looks like this. So this is the whole drawing. Now we're going to color it in with colored pencils.
Yay.
So pick any colors you want and color it in.
Color.
Ta-da! So now you can see how our colored skulls turned out. And hey, I hope you followed along and you completed yours, added lots of color and made it fun. I'd love to see how it turned out. So if you did make one, snap a photo, post it on Instagram, and tag it with @Art Classes for Kids. And don't forget to subscribe, like, click that notifications button, and then you'll get to see more videos coming your way. And how do you say it in Spanish?
Siga haciendo tus creaciones de arte bien.
Keep making cool art.